PUA, FPUC, UI, how do you get one, how do you get the other? Do you apply for FPUC or is it automatic? And how about FPUC retro? How do you get it? How do you get escalated benefits, enhanced unemployment benefits, and extended benefits? In this great throwback clip, I go over the very simple permutations and applications and questions when applying for PUA, UI, or FPUC, whether you're a solo, a practitioner, or an independent contractor, an Uber or Lyft driver, or a W-2 UI applicant. And with that, enjoy this throwback clip on UI, PUA, and FPUC. Pandemic unemployment assistance. Do you have to pay taxes on it, or can you request taxes taken from it when you receive your weekly benefits? This is an update, and this is LALATE. Hope you are good and safe. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll have an update as well about Uber and Lyft drivers and pandemic unemployment assistance and UI in this video as always. That was a big issue earlier this week. As always, like and subscribe to this channel and drop your comments below, and we may feature them in tomorrow's recording. And please hit that bell on the front of this channel so you get an alert when a new video goes live. And shortly we'll be answering all 18 of your pandemic unemployment assistance and unemployment benefit questions. But first, the news. Actually, two things we're going to be talking about. First, taxes. A lot of you have asked this, and I wanted to address it because it is a big issue. Are unemployment assistance, whether it's PUA or UI, taxable? Answer, yes. So when you go to certify for your respective week, generally states ask you, do you want to have a disbursement taken from this to pay for taxes? This is very important. I don't think channels talk about this. I want you to understand it as well, because a lot of viewers, we've been doing PUA since April 28th, and we've never even talked about it. When you click yes, your weekly benefits will be reduced by $10 or $20 approximately. The reason why is because that is the amount that is taxable, that's given to the federal government. So what's important to say is that you need to keep track that you did that. Here's the rub. If you go to do your taxes next year and you got unemployment benefits for, let's say, 10 weeks, but you only asked to pay for taxes, to have a withholding, a federal tax withholding in there 1 week, you need to remember that. If you don't, you're going to have a nightmare on bookkeeping next year. So make a little note for yourself on your computer if you withheld anything for federal taxes at all when doing PUA or UI weekly benefits. If you haven't so far, it's perhaps best not to, and then just pay it next year. Now, you have to remember to keep some cash on the side because you have to be able to afford that. But for bookkeeping purposes, it's either better to have it always withdrawn or have it never withdrawn, because don't mess it up, because you'll never be able to remember how many times you asked to have it withdrawn on a weekly basis. Next, Uber and Lyft drivers, which was probably the most popular PUA or UI video to date. Let me recap and go over some of your questions about that as well. Uber and Lyft drivers and independent contractors. That is how Uber and Lyft categorizes them. You are not W-2s. You do not receive a W-2 from Uber and Lyft as a driver. So they call you an independent contractor. Independent contractors get PUA. They don't get UI, unemployment assistance. They get PUA. Here's the rub. Some states, for reasons that are unclear, are wanting to push you somewhere that you don't belong. They want you to be under unemployment assistance. They want you to not be on PUA. They want you to be on unemployment assistance. It is very confusing what they're doing. Here's what you need to know. Ultimately, if that was your only job, it is an easy analysis, because your amount of weekly benefits will be the same whether it's PUA or unemployment assistance. It's tied to whatever your earnings were for Uber and Lyft in 2019. So it doesn't really matter which side of the spectrum you're on. Now, for purposes of being perfectly perfect, you are supposed to be on the PUA side. You're not supposed to be on the UI side. You are not. You are independent contractors. You're not employees. If for some reason your state puts you in the UI side, which some viewers have said they have, and they don't understand what happened, and they want to go with it, well, I mean, let them go with it. I mean, it's not affecting your weekly benefits. It is not. So it is not something to hit the sand with and pound. It's not something to hit the ground with and say, I'm in the wrong side. I should be over on the PUA side. So there you go. Uber and Lyft drivers are PUA, but if your state puts you in UI, don't worry about it. You'll still get the same amount of benefits. Lastly, this happened one time in one of the comments. Someone said they were an Uber Lyft driver on UI, and then they switched over to PUA, and they were getting money from both. No. You get one or the other. I mean, I think that's sort of obvious, but it sometimes comes up in the questions. I'm just like, okay. No, you do not get UI and PUA. They're like having they're like cousins. You just don't have them in the same party. All right, so let's get to some of your questions. PUA 18 questions from yesterday. T. Louise, I'm happy to be the first person to like this video and a new subscriber. Well, thank you, T. Louise, and thank you, Robert Henson and Samantha and the other person who supported this channel. And since we dropped a support in the link below, wow, very, very honored. Marco. When are they going to start paying? I'm already eligible. I haven't received my card for them. I assume you're California, the way you're saying that. It takes about a week to get the card, maybe 2 weeks. After you get the card, you get payments literally within 24 hours. Cutie Pie, it was the text now, the app. I finally got through. Bombshell. Wow. Cutie Pie, hey, Lily, thank you for the video. It was a mess. Got denied almost 8 weeks later. Got UI yesterday. This evening, I switched over to PUA. A step closer. Thanks for the video. Explain to me what you mean, Cutie Pie. So, I guess you're now approved in PUA, and what state are you? Carson Brunier, thank you for answering my question. I really appreciate it. But I sent them my W-2, the last pay stub for the letter, and I received from my employer that I was laid off due to the pandemic. To prove it, I was an employer for a company. I was an employer for a company, and I didn't have a business of my own. So my actual UI benefits were supposed to be $450 a week, and I'm only receiving $167 under PUA. My question is, will I receive back pay for the mistakes, or will they continue giving me $167 until I reach out to them? The way states work is they pay you at the base level benefits. $167 sounds like you're in California. So they're going to pay you $167 going forward with the $600 from the federal government. They're not going to raise your benefits until you make a stink about it. That's been a big topic of this channel, how to raise the maximum benefits. You're correct. You know how much your maximum benefits are. You need to make a stink about it. My advice for California people at the moment has been to write them a letter and send a priority mail, because there's no way to actually send a memo in the portal. They will pay retroactive benefits, and they will pay retroactive benefits at $167 when you get approved for escalated benefits, which, I mean, we've been doing PUA videos since April. I have not had one comment by someone saying they got approved for escalated benefits yet, but when they do, they're supposed to be retroactive. Samantha, regarding PUA California, Samantha, who gave a wonderful support of this channel today when it first went live, our support button. Regarding PUA California, I entered gross since I've not submitted taxes for 2019, so I don't have a final number. Sister and I submitted gross, and we got the PUA. All right, so Samantha, I assume you're currently at base level benefits. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that you're getting $167 per week and $600 from the federal government. You need to look in your EDD portal and look at and make sure that you certify for benefits. So go up and certify for a respective week. It's going to say, March this to that, April this to that. And you need to answer the questions. Make sure you answer the questions correctly. If you don't know how to answer the questions, drop in the comments below. We'll answer tomorrow. But I think we had a video on that. So you need to answer the questions correctly. You'll go through it. If you don't want federal taxes taken out, say no. When you're done, then if you click down under payment section tab, it'll show claim filed or processing 767, which is 600 plus the 167 for all those respective weeks. Now, if you're submitting gross income, I assume what you're trying to do is raise for escalated benefits. Tell me how you did. I assume you sent it in the mail, because viewers on this channel says they can't upload anything to EDD. And I'll answer your question tomorrow. Stacy, and thank you for supporting the channel. Stacy V, I watch all your videos. I was approved for PUA in Nevada and got certified for my weeks from March 8th to May 30th, but as of 6/3, no money yet. Please help. We've had some viewers from Nevada have real problems, but their problems were not like yours. Theirs were just not even approved. You got approved. I don't know how long, when you got approved. It usually takes a few weeks before you start seeing the checks. The other thing is, I don't know how you get paid in Nevada, if you're by debit card or by direct deposit. If it's by debit card, you need to add additional weeks for that as well. What I would look is in the part of your portal where it has the respective week. Click on the week and see if it says paid or processing. If it says processing, it means I haven't gotten to it. If it's paid, then it's been sent, but you haven't received it yet, which would be great news. Samantha, another question. For the $1 million question of having a W-2 and a 1099, if you have W-2 wages and 1099 wages, should you file for unemployment? According to EDD, if you have W-2 wages, even if they're smaller than your 1099 wages, you still need to file as a claim through regular UI and not the PUA. Samantha is saying that in California, if you, well, let's back this up, Samantha. So there's two situations here, and I think I've talked about in some of the videos, where you have W-2 and you have 1099 in February 2020, the pandemic hits, and both of the businesses are impacted by COVID-19. That is the easiest scenario. I hope that is your scenario, because that is just easy for you, Samantha. I want you to get what you need. If that's the situation, then I don't think California is right. I mean, you could basically apply on the one that is the dominant payer for you. So if what I'm saying is that in February 2020, you made more as a 1099 than a W-2. W-2 is 20% of your take-home money, and the 1099 was 80% of your take-home money. California has no right to say you need to apply as a W-2. That's ridiculous. I'm really just a 1099 person. So, and they're both impacted by COVID-19, which I hope they are. Makes this analysis easy. Then apply for PUA. I mean, who are they to say which one to go into? Now, if you had both of them and one was impacted by COVID-19 and one wasn't, well, if the COVID, boy, this is complicated. If the PUA was impacted by COVID-19, then you still are PUA. And then if you still have W-2 work while the pandemic is going on as a 1099, then you state that. Because when you're certifying for benefits on a weekly basis for PUA, and they say, hey, did you also work as an employee to this week? Yeah, I did, and this amount of money, then they're going to reduce your weekly benefits. I hope that answers your question. I mean, there's a lot of different scenarios of how 1099 and W-2 should be, but if they're both impacted by COVID-19 and 1099 was the dominant payer before COVID-19, you're PUA. I mean, I don't think California knows what the hell they're talking about. That's just totally wrong. Gustavo Soto, in California, there is a 81833 number you can call from 8 to 8 p.m. a week. When you call, it's a recording, but you keep calling and calling, and you will get through. One day you will wait for the next representative. Oh, okay. Bill Lemon, okay. Thanks to the telephone trickery idea, I researched what kinds of keyboard commands might pry that door open. I contacted my state senator earlier today. I suspected she will take the call one way or another. I tried calling first thing in the morning, but it's hard since I stay up late every night watching LALATE's videos. Yeah, here I am telling you, get up early and call your senator. You're watching my video because it was uploaded late. I'm sorry. Well, the way you can get around that is watch the video, call the senator, get up early, call the senator, and then watch the video afterwards. And your traffic in the middle of the day is much appreciated as well. Chris Nanopoulos. In PUA, they are eligible for 13 weeks of PUA. After that, they exhaust their regular benefits. But do they have to apply under the PUA system? It isn't automatic. No, I mean, if you want PUA, you have to apply under PUA. Gene Crom, hey Elliot, I think the cactus is over your left shoulder. Maybe not a good idea. Thank you again for the great info. Still no answer on reconsideration. I'm just tired of the whole thing. Gene, have you done PUA? I think I've said that before. Gene, have you done PUA? There's no cactus over my shoulder. But there might be PUA for you. If you have questions about today's video or have an itch for Mitch, an itch to bitch about Mitch, drop them in the comments below. We may feature them in tomorrow's recording. As always, stay with LA for more. If you receive part of your EIDL grant, then went through the EIDL loan process and was approved, will you get the remainder of the $10,000? One viewer did. Boy, this is a big bombshell for Thursday. Hope you are good and safe and staying warm and healthy. This is LALATE. As always, like and subscribe to this channel and drop your comments below, and we may feature them in tomorrow's recording. And please hit that bell on the front of this channel so you get an alert when a new video goes live. And shortly we'll be answering all 57 of your EIDL grant questions and comments and rants and raves from yesterday. And we will be getting to the news, really shocking news. A lot of the viewers of this channel have asked, where is the remainder of your EIDL grant money? I mean, I personally spoke to SBA today, and I was read the script. It's like they're auditioning for Central Casting. It's like they're auditioning for Days of Our Lives. Yes, you're only supposed to receive up to 1,000. You know, they have that script down pack. Well, in so much for the script, because it may not be true. Find out shortly, but let's get to some of your questions right away. Ken C, of course they have more money. They didn't pay for all the grants. One viewer asked, does SBA have more money? I said, of course they do. And Ken says, yes, because they're holding everyone's grant money. Bradley Dixon, after watching different people talk about EIDL loan, seems like it's a lottery. It is. It's not just moving the goalposts, it's moving the football field. J.R. Litlet, I'm stuck in the Ford neck, applied March 29th of Vortex. It's vortex of a V, not vortex of an F. He wrote vortex. I'm like, what is a vortex? And keep telling me it's still under review. I hope for you. I call SBA, stay on top of it. I'm sorry you're in the vortex or vortex. KR Greens LLI finally got out of the 330 vortex. Oh, he's right. The person right after you is the 330 vortex. Good luck to everyone. Although slow, the system didn't work for us. 330, grant 428, portal invite 525. Funded and approved for loans at $92,000. Thanks again. Wow. So he wanted a $92,000 loan and he got it, and he got a $4,000 grant. The good news is that viewers who initially were sort of the core and bread and butter of this channel, the Vortex people that applied 330, 331, and 420 and 48, they got nothing, got no grant, got their grant in early May and got their loans funded as well. It's coming together. Thu Lam, my loan was approved today, $63,000. I'm so happy. Wonderful. If you have not accepted your loan, you're still considering your loan, you're not sure about it, please watch our EIDL loan terms and conditions video. Your loan, when it's over $25,000 and $1 is collateralized, you're required to keep hazard insurance and a lot more. If you didn't know that, you may want to pay back your loan right away. Please watch that video. Kevin Lee, I'm so confused with the SBA representatives. Yesterday, I was told my loan was assigned to a loan officer, and today, no, I was told there's no loan officer. It's been a month. By the way, I could not stop laughing at LA on those real estate agents and tax pro comments trying to sell you stocks or insurance. Loved it. I mean, there's some viewers in here coming in the comments trying to have me do their tax returns for them. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. But as to those other channels that want to sell you insurance and want to have you buy Webull stocks or buy Bitcoin with them, good luck. I will visit you in the poorhouse shortly thereafter. Jeff Hansen, hey LA, thanks for everything. Love the laugh today. Stay groovy. Well, thank you. Thank you for supporting us in donating on the donate button as well. Jay Castillo, hey LA, love your video. I got approval yesterday. I have to submit my W-2 within 7 business days. Funds in my account 4 days after submitting the documents. I applied April 1. The information I corrected with SBA in May wasn't correct, so I received a portal invite. All the information corrected. Wow, wonderful. Good news. Armo Badrin. Is it true the SBA will resume again on Tuesday? No. Is it true that Kimberly Butler is going to hand out free dollar bills on Wednesday? No, that's not true either. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, Armo. Sean's Enlightenment. Oh, I love that. Sean's Enlightenment. You make me laugh. So funny, but good information. The processing agricultural loans looks like less than 30 days. Well, the first week, it was literally 48 hours. Got denial letter, which was expected. However, they mentioned they were happy to give me the grant, which I hadn't received, so I called Tier 2 the next day, and my grant was in my account within 24 hours. I was shocked. So that's interesting. Mr. Enlightenment got denied an agricultural loan, but got a grant. I don't know if Mr. Enlightenment's business is agricultural or not. I will leave that with you all. Brian Wingard, love your channel. So I finally called the SBA and told me that it's a computer-generated amount based upon an algorithm. I got the low amount because I flipped and rent houses. Oh, so he's referring to the real estate people having problems with the EIDL loan, which was a big hit video yesterday. I have so much, it doesn't look like I don't make much when I got a low offer. They gave me 2 emails to write, so I cleared it up. I'll tell you what happens. Only question I have, I'm a little iffy on this one. Since I renovate houses and I rent them, could I use the EIDL to pay contractors for their fee? Since it sounds like as long as I'm using the PP money, I'm not sure how the materials cost. I mean, watch our terms and conditions video above where we screen grab it. But working capital is working capital. So... but if you're paying disbursements, I mean, it's a mixed bag, whether it's a disbursement or if it's working capital. You have to decide upon it yourself. I mean, clearly cement and concrete is working capital, but paying a contractor, I don't know. Samantha, I got a $90,000 offer on a $200,000 gross income. Credit score is 816. Wow, great credit score. My sister received $150,000 on $25,000 income. What? It just might be the loan officer. I would call them up. If you want more, Samantha, do it. And thank you for supporting our channel as well. Jean Baptiste. I finally got my portal invite to create my account. I was offered $29,000. I accepted. I said I'll be paying $142 a month. Let's see how long before I hear back again. Thank you for all your support. Wonderful, Jean. So it's interesting. These people getting 29,000. It's an interesting number. Remember, you're collateralized because you're over $25,001. Cool kid. You always give great information. Thank you. Aaron Pax. I love the videos and appreciate the info. Quick question. I'm self-employed musician, producer. I was in the process of recording music. I can no longer. Can the EIDL loan be used for recording, as that is an ongoing process of my potential income and business? Thank you for the update. Yes, I mean, recording, studio space, equipment to record. That's all working capital. That, of course, makes sense. All right, so let's get to the bombshell. Thanks for staying with us to the 7-minute mark, and we got a big bombshell. So it was dropped actually in the loan comments, but I'm moving it over to grant because it is a grant issue. So that's why you're seeing it in this grant video tonight. Let me read it from the beginning, and you'll hear the shocking news at the end of the comment. If anyone gets a portal offer and speaks to their loan officer, you can ask them not to pull your credit. I did. I was offered $250,000, declined the offer, since I really don't need that amount. Okay, so that's the first shocker. He or she got a loan offer, but didn't do anything with it, called up and said, don't pull my credit. And they didn't, he said, according to him. So I called SBA and finally was fed up and asked for a supervisor. Finally had one call me today and said his works, I'm so sorry. You will finally have your loans documents expedited and ready to sign today, 6/4, $24,900. He's watching my videos. Good boy, $24,900, right under the threshold for collateralization. In addition, okay, here comes the bombshell. In addition, they have wired in our account today $4,000 for the grant. We originally received $6,000 on the grant on April 28th, and they said we were supposed to receive $10,000. Yes, you heard that right. Let me read that sentence again to you. This is the loan officer speaking. He said that we originally received $6,000 on April 28th and said that we were supposed to receive $10,000. So they're wiring the remainder of the $4,000. Ooh, boy, goalpost moves again. Now, let me preface this and qualify it and disclaim it as well. This is one viewer's experience. It's not a universal experience. It is a great experience, and I hope it's everyone's experience. I personally spoke to SBA today and was I didn't quote the person verbatim, and I didn't tell them, hey, this is what someone dropped in the comments slamming Kimberly Butler. I spoke to SBA. I said, I know that loan officers are giving the remainder of the $10,000 grant to people in grant funds thereafter when their loan is approved. And the representative said there's no such occurrence that has ever occurred. The representative on the phone used the word never a lot. A lot of things was never. The loan officer never speaks to persons. So the loan officer never does. It was just a lot of never, never, nevers. Well, don't say never, because in this case, it happened. And boy, did it happen. So all the viewers of this channel who have been asking for days and days and days and days, where is the rest of the $10,000? You want the rest of the $10,000. The CARES Act called for you to get the rest of the $10,000. Here is a person who got the rest of the $10,000. Now, it's not quite clear if he got it because he was pestering the issue, because as you see in the comments, he didn't really preface it as coming up. Rather, he was having problems of other issues with SBA and the loan and trying to get the loan finalized. And that they sort of just said, okay, I'm going to fix everything, and here you go, and I'll give you this. So, I mean, it is part of the ongoing moving the goalposts. I've told you before that viewers of this channel have gotten loan offers increased. They've gone from $7,500 to $150,000 in 10 seconds in one conversation. It doesn't seem like SBA has a problem loaning you more money when they want to loan you money, but they do have an issue about giving you the remainder of the grant money. In this case, they did not. So there is hope. Gene Reynolds, hey, I was rejected for the EIDL loan for the reason that the economic injury is less than the amount I see for the EIDL advance I submitted. I did not indicate any economic injury. Can you tell me how they're coming up with the value of my injury? In other words, how are they coming up with the loan amount? So I know how to resubmit my costs and COGS and revenue. Also, can you or the other viewers submit a template on a letter for SBA regarding reconsideration? You're amazingly verbally talented, LALATE, so hope you get thanks. No, I mean, I'm not going to write the letter for you, but this is what the letter should basically say. It should have your name. It should have your account number for the SBA. And it should say reconsideration. And it should say something like, "Dear Honorable SBA, thank you for taking your time and consideration in reviewing my EIDL loan offer. I was denied for the following reasons." In this case, it was lack of economic injury. I respectfully disagree with the decision. Here is my offer of factual support. The factual support that I wish you to reconsider is the following: A, this, B, this, C, this. Do it 1, 2, 3, 4. Go very, very slowly. Make it clear that you're doing a factual presentation of facts, that you're not re-arguing arguments, that you're making a presentation of facts. In your case, there's a concern about calculations, which is a great concern. So you need to have some recollection how you filled out that streamlined application when you listed cost of goods and all that type of stuff. If you don't, or whatever the situation is, you're going to have to pull your 2019 return. If you don't, get it done now and say, hey, here is the calculation. Here's my revenue. Here's my cost of goods sold or services sold, and do the calculation for them. Then get ready to argue that your credit score is good enough, because remember, on reconsideration, they can deny you for another reason if you win that reason alone. And take it from there. The reconsideration process is relatively informal, so they may get into sort of an email exchange with you back and forth, and just keep it simple and professional. And thank you, respectfully here, respectfully there, and just go slowly with it. And keep me updated. Madhouse Fifi, well, Rebels wobbles don't fall down. Ricardo Hall, way to sell. Buy and sell pawn shops. If anyone gets a portal offer, buy and sell pawn shop. I mean, his shocker was the loan video today. And Norma S. Thank you, LA. Dean Merrill, dude, this is the best channel on YouTube for dealing with the SBA. You deserve 1 million subs. Well, please like and share our videos. Please watch our videos. It helps the algorithm. I know some of you are getting the loans. Some of you are getting your grants. Please don't leave us. Please don't ride off into the sunset with your $150,000 EIDL loan and say, goodbye, LALATE. Well, thank you for the EIDL loan. It was nice knowing you. Never see you again. Thank you. And see you in March. I'm like, no, please stay with the channel. And please stay with us and give your insight to other people that are still in the process. Stay with us as the genre and the topics and the discussion expands on this channel. And thank you. And Anaja, whose comment I answered earlier today in the EIDL loan or stimulus video. So a lot of shocking details today. There's an EIDL loan, EIDL grant, second stimulus check video, which is really quite fascinating, and a video about the other SBA loan. Please watch those videos today and share them as well. If you have comments to today's video, drop them below by 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we may feature them in tomorrow's recording. As always, stay safe and stay with LA for more.